I tried to stay in the box that I was put in, trying to live up to the expectations of who I should be, do, think, and act. I thought that's what I had to do in order to belong and be loved. But I failed because this isn't me. The box didn't fit and I could no longer stay in it. So I set out to prove that I am not the person who belongs in that box. But it's as if my whole life I've been told that I have green hair. So I tried to pretend I had green hair, but I don't have green hair, so I failed. Then I set out to prove that I don't have green hair. I tried so hard to show people that I have brown hair. But if someone says, "You have lovely brown hair," I feel as if I have deceived them. I've tricked them into believing that I have brown hair, but if they knew the real me, they would know that I actually have green hair. They would know that I belong in that box. But then one day I looked in the mirror. For the first time, I saw myself for who I really am, and I saw that I have brown hair. I was lied to about who I am and who I should be, and how I should fit in that box. And you may have been told that I have green hair, but if you have eyes to see, you know it's a lie. You may have known the truth before I did. Now I realize I don't have to fight to prove that the lies are wrong. Anyone who really knows me knows the real me. And I will no longer listen to the voices that have told me that I have green hair. You don't know me. You don't get to tell me who I am. And I don't have to try really hard to prove myself. I'm free to just be wonderfully me. The problem is, I don't know who I am. I've always felt like I've had abandonment issues. I thought it was because my parents are busy caring for my older sister who was sick and my little sister who was a baby, and I felt like they didn't have time for me. But now I think the real reason I felt abandoned was because I tried so hard to fit in the box, to be who I thought I needed to be in order to belong and be loved. Instead of just being myself and being confident in who I am, I set out to prove myself. In doing so, I abandoned myself. I lost myself. I lost myself over and over. I lost myself thinking that others' needs are more important than mine and invalidating my own pain in comparison to theirs. I lost myself when I was pushed away, but they said I was the one who had pushed them away. That's not true. I'm trying so hard to connect. Why would I push you away? I lost myself because I couldn't have my own thoughts, opinions, and preference. I had to be agreeable, otherwise there would be conflict, and that conflict would be my fault. I lost myself when I was blamed for things which are not my fault, but standing up for myself only made it worse. I was silenced, accused of lying, arguing, or just plain talking too much. I lost myself thinking that I was a horrible, rebellious person, but it seemed that being bad just came so naturally I didn't even know I was doing it. And sometimes I didn't even know what I had done wrong. But I thought I deserved the punishment I experienced, disguised as biblical discipline. I lost myself trying so hard to be good, but getting a 95 on a test wasn't good enough. So I tried to be perfect, but that's impossible. And I lost myself realizing I will never be good enough. There is nothing I can do to earn love. I lost myself pretending that everything was okay when I knew it was not. I don't trust myself, but other people aren't trustworthy either. Who can I trust? I lost myself when I discovered that being noticed, even for good things, only results in criticism and shame. And if those people in the back are laughing, I know they must be laughing at me, at something I did or said. I lost myself trying to prove that the words and actions of others don't affect me, but I failed to hold back tears because I hurt too much. I lost myself feeling unwelcome and unwanted. What must I do to belong and be loved? I lost myself wanting so badly to be seen and heard and known, but that meant sharing vulnerable information that can be twisted and used against me to control and manipulate me. I lost myself believing it's safer to hide, and so I hid. I hid so well that I lost myself. When I look to others for validation but don't receive it, I lose myself even more. But I want you to love and accept me for who I am as I am, even though I don't love and accept myself, and I don't even know who the heck I am. But now I'm finally finding myself. I even had a conversation with myself, and it went like this. Please don't leave me, the scared little girl begs, clingy, needy, desperate for attention, love, and affection. I just want to be with you. I don't need you to say anything or do anything, just please stay with me. I would love if you held me, but I don't want to be too overwhelming or ask too much of you. But I'm scared, and I don't want to be alone. Please don't leave me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to abandon you. But I had to be strong and independent. I did what I needed to do in order to survive, and I was ashamed of the parts of me that were too sensitive, too weak, and cry too easily. You got me into so much trouble. You loved too much, you cared too much, you were too compassionate. You were an easy target. You were easily manipulated, and you fell for their lies. I hate you for the pain that you caused us. I had to abandon you to protect myself. But you are part of me, and you're still here begging for attention. asking, can I trust you? Will you protect me? Will you stand up for me? Have you learned to say no to them, even if it means facing conflict? To avoid rocking the boat or risking upsetting them, you sacrificed your own comfort. You sacrificed yourself. Why didn't you leave them? Why did you choose them but abandon me? Why did I choose them over myself? Do my needs really matter? How much pain must I be in order for it to be valid? I might never matter to them, but I have to matter to me. To them, I will always be too much, yet not enough. Too needy, asking too much from them, never giving enough even when I've given all I had. Never good enough even though I try so hard to be perfect. I will make mistakes. I am human. Why is it okay for others to make mistakes, but not for me? Why do you give so much compassion and understanding to everyone else, even justifying their mistreatment of you? But you were so mean to me. You were so hard on me. Why have you allowed their criticism to become your inner voice? Will you choose me? Will you stay with me? I just want to be with you. Please don't leave me. Can you be patient with me? It's hard to change. This isn't going to be easy, learning to trust each other, to give each other compassion. We both have a lot to learn. I can't promise that I won't want to run away again, but I'll try not to abandon you. I want to be with you, and I'll do my best to stay. Like a fire, Lindsay read about the Israelites in Egypt, starting at Genesis 46, 3-4. God said to Israel, "Do not be afraid to go down to Egypt, for there I will make you into a great nation. I myself will go with you to Egypt, and I will also bring you up again." In 30 minutes, Lindsay read through the whole story of their captivity and their rescue, and I saw myself being set free. God will fight for me. He parts the sea so I can cross over to freedom. And I felt God remove the lies from my heart and throw them into the sea to be drowned. I remembered a dream I had of a tsunami wave of fear about to wash over me, but waking up to the lyrics, "It's your love, wave after wave, washing over me." And I saw waves of his love washing away the lies. God knew that Israel would experience generations of abuse and slavery, yet he said, "Do not be afraid. I am with you. I'm going to use this for good, and I will rescue you." And God knew my story before I was even born. He knew the challenges I would face and the hurt I would experience, but he has used it all for good, to make me strong, yet compassionate. And through it all, God has always been with me. 2 years ago in a Bible study I was doing, there was a story about Jesus and a boat, and the homework was to draw a picture of the boat. I have no clue what that means, so I drew a literal boat, a curved line, a stick, and a triangle for the sail. And then I saw myself inside the boat, and the boat was starting to fall apart, and I was trying so hard to hold it all together, but I couldn't do it. But then I noticed that the boat was resting in Jesus' hands, and it fit perfectly. "Do you trust me?" he asked. Yes. I knew he could hold it together better than I ever could, and I was finally able to just let go and rest. And then for the next 2 years, it felt like everything was falling apart, and I was falling apart, and I was surrounded by broken boards and torn sails. When he said, "Do you trust me?" I thought he was going to keep the boat together. But then I heard a sermon about Peter getting out of the boat and walking in the water, and when he feared and started to sink, Jesus put out his hand. And I realized maybe it's time for me to stop clinging to the broken boards, trying not to drown, and instead just take his hand. I don't need the boat. I'm now just resting safely in his hands. I tried to please others but failed. I tried to escape by hiding, but that didn't work either. I tried to prove that I am not who they say I am, and now I'm healing from the pain they caused. I will not continue to let my life revolve around the wounds. I choose to let go, to forgive, and to set myself free. I'm learning to feel my feelings instead of suppressing them, to listen to my body even when it doesn't make sense to my mind. I'm learning to trust myself and to choose myself, to set boundaries and say no. I don't have to lose myself to please others. And I have experienced belonging, which I did nothing to earn, and I have felt loved like I've never known. I've been protected and defended because I am worth fighting for. I feel safe to be seen and known. I am valued for who I am accepted as I am, and I don't have to be perfect to belong and be loved. I'm finally coming home to myself and free to be wonderfully me.